Hey Gummies! Welcome to another episode of Bumpin' My Gums. As you can see, we have a guest today, and I am so excited to chat with her. I was thinking of what can I do to get some more guests on the show, and my mind immediately came to Miss Ann. So, Miss Ann, would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, look at that. Well, hi everybody. My name's Ann. Let's see. I'm a Taurus, so that's probably part of the reason why I do what I do for a living. Because I'm kind of a bully, I guess.
Oh gosh.
I mean, gotta be. No. And let's see. One fun fact about me. I just got married. I've only been married a year.
Yes,
so
congratulations.
I'm still a newlywed. So there you have it.
All right. So, tell us about your road to becoming a detective.
Oh wow. It was rough and it was hard.
Well, first of all, how long have you been with the police department?
It'll be 5 years in December.
Wow, has it been that long
it's
already?
been that long already.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
I know. It seemed like it was.
It was
kinda
like
quick.
yesterday. I was standing there scared to death.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's been 5 years. Okay.
5 years.
And how long have you been a detective?
Oh, a detective? Not even a year yet. October will be a year.
Okay. So tell us about your journey. You started with the police academy.
Yes. Well, let's see. I applied to the police department twice and did not get accepted.
Oh, really?
So third time was a charm.
Yes.
As I must say. But there's a written test, a physical exam. For me, the main thing was I had a weight issue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, still not small, but whatever. But a lot of my issues came from not being in shape like I should have been. Being able to get the physical portion as far as the running and the calisthenics that you have to do to be a police officer. But, I worked at it. My brother was a big help. George was a big help.
Mm-hmm.
He actually had me, I'll never forget, we would wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Are you serious?
He had just gotten out of the military.
So he's still.
So he was still.
okay.
Exactly,
Okay. So
exactly.
he's still having
So he
it.
was all still. He didn't look like he looked now. So I'll never forget. We used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and he would make me put a trash bag on.
Oh, to make you sweat to get the weight off.
Yes. So I put a trash bag on. I would put a sweatshirt, long sleeve shirt on, and then we would go outside and we would do football drills.
Are you serious?
So he would have me out there doing a little,
But it works.
So,
But it works.
He helped me a lot as far as the physical portion. But once I got over that, getting through the academy, the book work, if you will, that comes easy. But as far as the road to detective, well, you got to have 3 years in patrol.
Okay.
To apply to a specialized unit. That's what they call like detectives, narcotics unit, the CID, which is the criminal investigation unit. You have SWAT team. You got to have 3 years of patrol experience.
Okay.
So once I had the 3 years of patrol experience, I applied to work with our drug unit with the department. It's different.
Is it?
It's a blessing. It is definitely a blessing. I'm glad that I was chosen. But I will say this: I'm the only African American and the only female in my unit.
Really?
So that has its challenges.
Yeah. Okay, that's good because I'm glad you said that because that's going to bring us to some questions that I have a little later on.
Oh.
So when you are sharing with people, is there like a negative stigmatism that comes with being an officer? If you're like, is there a difference in people's reaction as far as family members, a difference between strangers, or is there a difference in reaction for females versus males when you say, oh, what do you say? What do you do for a living? You say, oh, I'm an officer or I'm a detective. Do people look at you like?
Believe it or not, it varies. But for the most part, when I say I'm a police officer, a lot of people don't believe it. It's almost like they look at me like, you, a cop? And I don't know. I don't know if it's partly because of, I guess, my personality, maybe. I don't know. A lot of people, I guess, too, feel that a female shouldn't do a man's job. And I know we try to hide that, and a lot of people don't like to talk about it, but it is really real. And you have some officers that don't feel like women should be on the job.
Why do they feel that way, though? I mean, I guess the suspects or the criminals, whatever that you're pursuing, they come in all shapes, sizes. They come in different, they're females, they're males. So men think it's good just to have all males just tracking down females, or
I don't know. I guess it's an ego thing for men. I mean, to say, and I know I'm considered one of the, like I said earlier, a bully or one of the stronger females on the department. So I guess messes with their ego to see a woman go out and jack up a dude that's 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, and take him to the ground and put cuffs on him.
Yeah. So. I will say though, so recently me and my hubby were hanging out downtown, and there was a couple of officers who were kind of congregating together, and they were talking. The only time I give a side eye is height. I guess I discriminate towards height because she was a female, but she probably was like 5'3".
Yeah.
And then I started thinking to myself, I was like, who you gonna chase? I was like, she might shoot you. She's not gonna chase you down.
Yeah. But the thing is, and I know exactly who you're talking about because she was in my academy.
Oh, was she?
Because everybody says that.
Oh Lord, if she's watching this, I don't mean no harm, sweetie.
It's okay. I'm sure she get it all the time. But she's fast.
Okay.
So it would be like, and I tell people this all the time. Even when I was back in patrol and I had a partner, he was faster than me. So it's like you run him down, and then I'll tackle him. Okay. Or you run him down and stop him, and then I'll come beat him up and get him in custody.
Get him in, get to the handcuffs.
So, but she is fast. She's little, but she's fast, and she's Spanish too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to offend nobody. If we got our Spanish family out there, but she's Spanish. And
okay, so she got a lot of moxie or a lot of
Yeah.
But that's the only time I kind of give a double take or whatever, because I'm thinking even men, even if I see a short officer, I'm just like, who you gonna take down, little guy? Yeah.
But you definitely got to prove yourself.
Yeah.
Being a female, when I first came on my platoon, once you graduate from the academy, they put you on platoon. So we have 4 platoons within the department. I was the only female on my platoon.
Oh, okay.
For 2 years out of my 3 years that I was on the platoon.
Wow.
So you definitely have to prove yourself. And as much as they try to hide it or mask it or just even their general conversation, they don't, until you prove yourself, they won't have their general conversation. Like, you guys, you know how they talk and stuff, but they gotta fill you out.
Right.
So.
Right. But I guess that's anything though. I mean, that's corporate America. So I guess that's anything where people are kind of like,
Yeah. Yep.
How'd you get here? Oh, I heard you was cousins with the CEO. Yep. That's probably how you got your job.
And I'm glad you said that because that was one of the things. In my academy class, a lot of people that were in my academy class were there because of who they knew.
Okay.
Not knocking anybody.
Right.
And that's a great thing. But I pride myself in the fact that I didn't know anybody at the department. So the job that I got, the job that I do now, I got it on because of because of him and because of me.
Right.
It wasn't because I knew somebody
exactly. Or do you have a legacy that you're trying to ride the coattails of?
Exactly.
Yeah. Because, like I said, people are always, like even in the previous jobs that I had, people get promotions or things happen, and people don't. It's very rare that I hear someone say, "Oh, well, she earned that. She's a really hard worker. She works overtime." Nope. First thing people say is, "Oh, yeah, she got promoted, but I noticed her and the boss, they go to lunch together."
Yep.
Or one of the jobs that I work, people were quick to say. Well, when he hired me, it was a guy who was my manager. People were quick to say, "Oh, well, didn't you work for a Metro Peace company?" No, we worked for the same company. We knew of each other, but we did not work together. Yep. So I'm like, but people are quick to say that. But I'm like, so it doesn't matter that after everybody else is gone, I'm still here working. It doesn't matter that sometimes I take a half an hour lunch. It doesn't matter that, I'm doing my best reading over your little manuals, whatever. That doesn't matter. People don't see that skill. People just see what your connections are. So.
Or I know within... Well, I'm sure it's everywhere, but when you have higher ranking females, whether black or white, especially in a paramilitary organization, they immediately think,
again, slept around.
Yep, who did you sleep with?
Yeah.
Who you this? So,
yeah.
I don't know, but I pride myself. No, I didn't know anybody.
Right.
I came in on my own coattail.
That's right, and you worked hard.
I worked hard to get where I'm at, and still working.
Yeah. So what is your plan after this? So now you reach detective. Do you have another goal, another position in sight, or for now it's like I just enjoy where I am?
Well, right now I'm definitely soaking up as much as I can, and because like I said, I'm in our drug unit, so it's a lot
crazy
to learn. But I'm learning that. But overall, I've always said to myself, when I became a police officer, because I knew I was going to do it, I just didn't know when and how, but I knew it was going to happen. I want a white shirt. So
okay,
A white shirt in our department is a lieutenant or above.
Okay.
So you have white shirts, lieutenants, captains, inspectors, chief. All wear white shirts. So I want a white shirt, but of course I got to work to that level. But the next thing is taking the sergeant's test. I do want to do that.
Okay.
It comes up every 2 years, so it'll be coming up March of next year?
Okay.
Right? Yeah, 2020.
2020.
So March of 2020, the sergeant's test will come up, and that consists of written, your oral boards. You have to do a portfolio or whatever. Girl, I don't even know what that is.
I was about to say, what portfolio, like, of just different arrests back in the day that you've done over your career or something?
I don't know. And that's why I said, oh, Jesus. But, yeah, and then you have to talk about yourself. There's this one portion where the entire interview is you just have to talk about yourself or something. I don't know, but, you know.
Do you have, like, a mentor or someone that will...
Yes, I do. I have a few officers that took the test that'll help, that will show me their portfolios, because I was like, a portfolio.
Right.
Like, I thought of, like, you know how you remember the plastic page protectors?
Yes.
That girl, that's
yes,
what I
exactly.
thought of.
Yes.
I thought, so what I got, right? So
Put some photos of some crime scenes you did or whatever.
Put it in a little plastic sleeve thing. We can flip it, girl.
That's funny.
But, so yeah, that's the next thing. Got to study for that.
Okay.
So I gotta make time to do.
So how do you balance it all? So you're married.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to start studying for this test, and I know that you are very helpful, hands-on with your mom and your brother. I admire that about you guys too, how you love on your mom. I really like that.
Well,
I really appreciate that, how your family, how you seem like you have a very close-knit family. You all love on each other.
Yeah.
I like that. And your spouses, I was going to say, and then it seemed like your spouses, like your brother's spouse and your spouse, they kind of like fall right in line into the flock. Like they,
well, see, that was a requirement, not to get on my marriage, but that was a requirement. I told him from the beginning, like, look, if you want me, you gotta.
There's all this comes with it.
Comes with it. I mean, you gotta fall in line. So
how do you balance? How do you manage it all?
I pray a lot. Only because I don't like to bring my work home with me. Now, granted, any type of first responder, whether you're a police officer, firefighter, EMS, nurse, whatever, any type of first responder, that's a lifestyle for you. So even when and even when I'm not at work, I'm still kind of on edge. Not, for lack of better words, on edge. You know, I'm always aware of my surroundings, the exits. You know, thinking, oh, he looks funny, or she doesn't look right, or somebody's hurt. I want to help. So how do I balance it all? I just pray. I just ask that the Lord keeps my mind, keeps me sane, and I don't know, it just gets done.
Right.
I don't even have like a list that I can blurt out how I do it. And then my husband, like you said, he helps. He's great. He is absolutely great. So
yeah. That's good. That's real. I mean, you pray about it. That's the answer. All right, so let's get into some of this heavy stuff. So you know what our local climate is. When with the relations between neighborhoods and police officers and things of that nature. So one of the things I wanted to ask is, how do you balance it being just, being who you are? You are an African-American woman, but you also are a police officer. So does your mindset, just as a regular citizen, as you sit down and see the news, or even when you're on duty and you witness certain things that are going down, how do you separate the civilian and the detective?
Well, wow. Let's see. How do I separate Ann from the detective? I don't know. I just try to be as normal as possible. I guess I really don't look at it as separating, only because I try to be myself in every aspect of the job. Now, granted, things get rough. I got to take it to another level, whatever, but I try to just be me at all times, whether I'm at work and even on the street. I tell people, like, I'm just like you. Right. Like, when I go home at night and I peel off my uniform, or I take my gun off and put it away, I got some of the same issues you got.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I do this because I like to. I do it well, we gonna keep it real for money. I
Right.
mean, paycheck is nice.
Exactly. Like leaving the doors.
mean,
like leaving the doors.
So I mean, it is what it is. But
Right.
when you're yourself
Mm-hmm.
and you're true to yourself, you don't have to worry about kind of like that balance in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't, and that's one thing that I pride myself on too, is I don't ever want anybody to say, "Oh, Ann acting different," or
Okay.
"She got a." I'm like that with everybody, whether it's a rookie coming in,
Right.
or the chief up here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same me at all times. So I feel like that's how I balance, or not balance, I guess.
Right. Okay. All right. Just being you. Just being your authentic you, no matter what.
Just being
keeps
me.
you out of trouble.
Just being me. Yep. Yep.
So, and also, as a part of like, how do you balance it? Like I said, when you hear like the Michael Gardner stories, we hear about the Sandra Bland type of stories. So when you are responding to a call, is that ever in the back of your mind, or when you're in a situation and then they're calling for backup, does it ever occur to you while you're in the mix of it that they will just, when other officers approach, they see you as a black woman, they don't necessarily recognize you as a detective?
I will say this, and this may be going off topic, but I try to, depending on what the situation is, and if you can talk to, because sometimes you can't talk to people, they don't want to hear, they don't want to listen, but depending on what the situation is, I try to, especially I work in an urban area, so it's mainly black people, I don't want to say lower income families or whatever the case may be, and I try to relate to them that the same thing that I'm asking of you or requiring of you in my in this law enforcement setting is the same thing that I have to do as a black woman.
Right.
So for a vehicle stop or a car stop, you pull a car over, my windows are tinted on my vehicle. I roll down all 4 windows. I keep my hands where they can see. I talk to them in a nice tone, a nice manner. So everything that I'm asking you to do right now, I have to do the same thing. So I'm not going to ask you to do nothing that I wouldn't do.
Right.
Whether, I don't care, like I said, criminals, suspects, whatever. That's not me to judge. I'm just here to lock you up, and they
decide. That's
that point.
That's when the lawyers and the judges come in. That's when
I'm
they
just
do
here
their
to
job.
get you into custody.
Right.
So when I stop somebody on the street and I ask you for your ID, why are you getting angry? Because if I got stopped by a cop, and I'm a cop, I have to produce my ID.
Right.
So I have to do the same thing. So, I mean, I don't know if that answered your question, but I just try to let them know that everything that you're going through, I go through too.
Right.
Being nervous when a cop is behind you.
Right.
I've been a cop for 5 years. If a cop pulls behind me, and I know all my stuff legit.
Right.
And I know it is because I couldn't have my job if
Right.
I didn't have driver's license or if I didn't have car insurance.
But there's still a part of you that's kind of like, it's going on in the movie Central 5. The Central Park 5 movie came out with the little kids and stuff.
I haven't watched that yet.
I haven't either. And I don't know if I will. I have to be honest.
My
I don't
husband
think that I will.
turned it on, and it might have been 15 minutes into it, and I was like, let's not do this tonight.
Right.
And we never went back to it.
Yeah, I don't think that I will. Like, I don't know what it is, but at a certain point, I could no longer do racial movies. It didn't bother me. Color Purple was like my favorite movie. Honey, pop that into the I'm old VCR. Watch it, right? You know, just watch that VCR over and over again or whatever. But now I just can't do it, and I don't know why would change. Like personally, I've never had a in your face experience of racism.
Okay.
You know.
See, and I have.
Okay.
See, I've had. I remember when we moved into the neighborhood that my parents still live in now, or what my mom does, and I'll never forget. We were the only black family on the block, and my parents were able to afford the corner house, which had more land. The house is a little bigger than everybody else's. So our next door neighbor, God rest his soul, I won't say his name, God rest his soul, and he said to my father, I never thought I would see the day where a black man could afford a house on the same street as me. Now, mind you, I'm a young kid.
Right.
I remember, 5th grade? About 5th grade, 4th or 5th grade, Ku Klux Klan. marching in front of our house.
Wow.
We called the cops. The cops couldn't do nothing.
Yeah,
Peaceful
because they're not
gathering.
doing nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, peaceful gathering. But
Yeah.
and they were only in front of our house.
But it was,
So
yeah. My husband put on a movie the other day, and I was like, I can't do this. Oh gosh, Denzel Washington's son, Black Klansman.
okay.
He put that on, and I was like, okay, we're gonna try this. And we were watching it, and then I can't remember what scene it had got to, but when he was a black officer, and he was in the evidence room.
Okay.
And one of the officers was talking real greasy to him. Turn it off. I can't do this. Like I don't know. It's just something in me. I was like I just can't do it.
And it's so crazy because it's so funny that you say that, because out on the street, and issues arise, whatever.
Right.
Officers stop a group of black people, whatever.
Right.
And I find myself now, and this is since I've been a police officer, I'm not even angry at the white people, if you will.
Right.
I'm more so angry with us.
Because why you out here acting a newborn fool?
Why are you giving them something
Right.
to do this? Why are you giving them the fuel that they need to continue to harass you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's a very controversial comment.
And
that's going to be a very controversial comment.
And I know.